Another area to talk about is bankruptcy and why you might want to consider filing bankruptcy and some of the advantages and disadvantages of a bankruptcy. A lot of people think that bankruptcy might be to game the system or take advantage of the system. But in society today, there's not much of a safety net for people. And most of the people that I've represented in bankruptcies or that you see when people are going before a trustee for the bankruptcy is people that just have a circumstance that really hits without having much of a safety net. It can be one where the husband or wife becomes unemployed or underemployed or loses some hours, where they have to take care of a parent or a child or a family member, where things just start to spiral out of control. There are two forms of bankruptcy, and one's something called a Chapter 7, and that's a more simple bankruptcy, where generally you're able to have your unsecured debt, for the most part, can be wiped out if you qualify for that. And that generally means credit card debt, some personal loans, a lot of, for people can be insurance, for things that are not covered by insurance, so hospital bills, things of that nature. You need to qualify, and if you file before, there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of filing a Chapter 7. Does not generally get rid of student loans, only in a very, very, very rare circumstance. Also, does not get rid of usually IRS or other tax monies that are owed. And there are some significant advantages of doing a Chapter 7 and some disadvantages as well. A Chapter 13 is a more complicated bankruptcy where there's generally a payment plan for up to 60 months. And it's kind of an algorithm that's used based on your income, expenses, and things of that nature. A Chapter 13, a reason that you might file is if you filed a Chapter 7 in the past. In addition, if your income is above a certain level, you might have to file it. Also can be some real advantages depending if you're behind on your mortgage payments or you have an equity line of credit, things of that nature. And the idea that by the end of the 60 months, it's a fairly strict amount that you have to pay, but if you pay that money, which can be pennies or nickels or dimes on the dollar rather than dollar for dollar, at the end of that period of time, then your other debt will be discharged. So there are a lot of factors that need to be looked at, and it's important to be able to, when you come into a lawyer, to have a copy of your credit report, tax returns is a beginning point, along with any pay stubs, things of that nature. And then there's documents that I can email or send you or give you in person about what needs to be provided.